to Fat Budz, J&J Productions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you got it did freeze.
Oh, this isn't good.
We're going to stop that. Bono. Cue theme song.
You're now listening to Fat Budz, J&J Productions.
It's small bass season again.
Bow, bow. It's small past season again.
Yes, it is, people. Did you know that every 85 of 100 fat guys suffer from small bass?
It is true.
There's a few smart ones that use Gold Bond.
No.
You haven't used Gold Bond?
I use ball
Is
butter.
that a foot one?
No. Gold Bond. It's
big.
powder.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah. Don't use Johnson & Johnson. You'll get cervical cancer.
Really?
I'm not lying.
Yeah.
It's a lawsuit.
Damn. I didn't know I could get cervical cancer.
Well, if you're a lady. Ladies get swamp ass too. They just call it critter crawl.
Yeah, yep. I didn't say that fact. 63% of fat women get small pass this time of
Yeah,
year.
that is some Famunda cheese that you don't want to take a slice of.
Yep.
That'd be a bad deal.
Yep, it's a problem.
Can we talk about uncircumcised guys for a second?
No.
Weirds me out.
Nope. Didn't want to talk about it at all.
I've just
You
been
asked
getting.
me if I wanted to talk about it.
Well,
I said no.
we're talking about it.
That's not.
I've
I
been
don't think
getting.
that's how this goes.
I've been getting, and we want to talk about uncircumcised men, but for some reason, I've been getting uncircumcised memes.
Okay.
Yeah, memes about people being uncircumcised.
Okay.
Yeah, because I watched this one video and I sent it to like 6 people, but it was this weird guy talking about how the Greeks, like Gerard Butler, this is Sparta, those guys, that age and time.
Yep, I knew the Greeks.
What they would do is they'd pull their foreskin up, tie a knot around the top of it, like with a piece of yarn or some shit, and then they'd pull it back after they're done fighting because they fight naked,
Okay.
and they'd like eat that cheese.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, bro.
No way.
That's a fact.
People are disgusting.
Well,
Fucking white people, am I right?
fucking white people. Fucking
that-
white people.
That's disgusting, man.
It is. Hey, we're back for season 3. What is happening?
You can't even fucking huck tool on that thing.
You can't. Can we talk about her for a second?
Blowing up.
Blowing up.
Can
Can you imagine being her dad?
Proud.
Yeah, we're both fathers.
I mean, she's probably somehow or another going to benefit from this.
Yes.
Yeah, whether it's a
I thought about getting a
porn
decal for
thing
my
or-
truck. She
Yeah.
wasn't bad looking. Not at all.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure for a single dude, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of, I mean, to be blown up on the internet like that
Oh, 1 in 10.
tells you,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't have to be out at the bar, sweetheart. You can get you a good filler.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's what
I'm loving
dads
all
should
the
be
Hawk
thinking.
Tua posts,
Yeah, I mean,
It's
they're fun.
Yeah?
They're fun.
Yeah,
But after the 19th one in a row, fuck off, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, it was getting a little hairy. You kind of just couldn't get on Facebook the first half of last week.
It's kind of like the Conor McGregor, Jake Gyllenhaal thing, like, you're crazy. Me too, or whatever the fuck they...
Who
Conor-
taught you shapes? That kind of shit.
Yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah. Like it. All right, let's move on. It's been a month and a half now.
Yeah.
All right.
It got kind of out of hand.
No,
But I see
she's
people
but
getting,
good
like-
for her.
Yeah. I see people like getting stickers for their trucks.
Yeah.
There's T-shirts. There's hats.
And she's not making a penny from it.
No. Well,
No,
she
no.
should trademark that shit.
Yeah, she should.
I mean, because I don't think, and I've been in some pretty weird situations. I've never had anybody just actually say that to me.
Like,
You want me to Hawk Tua, spit on that thing?
Yeah, I've never, and I don't know how I'd react if they did.
Spit on it?
No, ask me if you wanted me to.
Yeah, just do it. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's how you end up with kids.
Is it?
Well, not if they do it
Blowjobs?
good enough.
Yeah, blowjobs isn't how you end up with kids. But
No, well, it's a stepping stone. I had a kid one time in school.
you
tell
did.
him, yeah.
Oh, that's unfun.
No. This kid told me this one time, and he was a buddy of mine, and he goes, "Yeah, you can't be kissing girls. That leads to babies." And I was like, "Well, I'll tell you what. I kissed plenty of girls, and I didn't have a baby till I was 24. So
That's it.
yeah.
Wow, good for you.
How old were you?
25.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
We're model
There
citizens.
we are. Here we are, married.
Married.
Just in the eyes of the Lord.
We own homes.
Yep. We are straight.
But you're better than me because you had your kids after you were married.
Yeah, you're a piece of trash.
I know. I'm raising bastards.
I
you know?
didn't say that.
Hey,
you said that.
Bible said that.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is what it is.
Yep, that's what they said.
My favorite thing I talking about like kids in the Bible and shit.
I mean, my wife's a harlot.
Yeah.
I was fucking
Get her a
her.
big scarlet A.
Yeah, because we were having sex before we were married. So.
Oh my God. You know, that's what I think is like people back in the 80s. It's like adults now, like older, the generations older than us. They're like, you guys are just so promiscuous, all this, that, and the other. Well, it's like,
There's a fucking scene in Forrest Gump where Jen A was getting fucked in the back of a car in 1959. So
exactly.
don't sit here and tell me there weren't a few wild grannies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there had to be.
Yeah, there was plenty of guys that got stuck with raising kids that weren't theirs. I guarantee that.
Yeah, because testing wasn't as good as it is now.
Yeah,
And
don't
that's
think
what's
it
crazy.
existed until the 80s, right?
Really?
Probably.
I don't know. Let's
I don't
Google
know.
that.
Look it up, yeah.
Time to Google.
That's a good goog.
That's a good Goog.
Good goog.
Worth the Google.
Worth the goog.
But no, I mean, it's just like they
You
like,
do
you
it
guys
on
are
my
so
phone.
promiscuous. It's like, when did paternity tests exist?
I mean, I'm sure you could always look at a kid and go, "Heareth be thy baby that is not thy."
Oh,
You know, type
there's
deal.
need to be a little space there. The first diaphragm was 1925.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow,
they
that
definitely
was,
could test for it.
Wow, that was surprising to me. I didn't know that.
Dad was too Catholic and proud to have you tested. That's all there
Yeah,
is to that.
yeah,
It's like
100%.
it's like we don't know whose kid this is.
But he's got a good tan. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, we're American. He looks a touch Italian. I mean, and the neighbor's Italian, so it's looking a little iffy.
They moved
Yeah.
in down the block. You know what I'm saying?
There's been some shit happening.
Mom made some pies. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Cooking them up, brother.
Yeah. Yep. And that's how you get strange children, Jake. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well,
Bad
the
for you.
genetic testing is insane these days. Like we just put out a genetic test for our kid,
Yeah.
and they can apparently just tell you about everything about this person before they're even born
Really?
nowadays. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I find
I
insane.
mean, yeah, I mean, they can tell you if your kid's gonna have like Down syndrome and all that type of stuff.
Oh,
if they're
yeah.
gonna be a boy or girl. And,
Yeah, just let you know if you need to keep it or get rid of it, kind of thing.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, that's what China thinks. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, you're limited.
You're limited.
You're limited.
That's the craziest thing to me because like they're allowed to have as many boys as they want, right? They just don't want so many
I
girls.
think so, yeah, because it helps.
But why do they
build
care?
their-
They blur it out anyway.
You
see what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there. They,
I'm glad we won that war. I like seeing Bush,
Yep. Stupid.
but we're being attacked on that
Yeah,
front now.
Indiana's Debbie Downing over here. You
Yeah.
can't beat off without sending your location anymore. Pretty
Or
much.
your ID.
Yeah, or your ID. That's what it was.
You
yeah.
like sending your ID. I was like, well, Pornhub be like likely to know if they saw my Reddit, they'd cry.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
it's like, come on.
Twitter for the win.
Twitter
Ah.
porn is a step above now. You know how many like middle-aged men I've shown Twitter porn to,
You
and
don't
they're
even-
like, "What?"
See, here's the. That's what I was about to say. A lot of middle-aged men, like you know, in their 40s and 50s, are just discovering even internet porn.
Yes,
I mean, which is crazy that we're in 2024 and still having that problem. And
bro. The second I remember being fucking 13.
the fact that catfishing is still a problem. Can we just talk about that? Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut
yeah,
your
no,
story
we
off,
can touch
but
on that real quick.
that is still a problem. I mean, at this point, if you don't think that anything that messages you isn't AI, that's probably your fault. And
That's
it's
true.
probably not some, you know, fat guy like, you know, no offense, that looks like you on the other end.
Yeah, that'd be a
'Cause
tough
that's what
one.
I look like too.
Exactly.
Kinda
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
not
look like.
offended.
Yeah, I was, but so I don't say it. Sorry, everybody. I got a nose hair over
No,
here
but
tickling my nostril.
I think it's your
Driving me
mustache
crazy.
going up into your nose.
Probably is. Ah, sorry.
Got her.
Yeah, sorry, people. We're a little slow over here today.
A little slow.
Yeah,
We had some fucking 12-ounce steaks. It was a pretty deep meal before this.
yeah. We like to. We decided not to completely change subjects.
Yes.
We like to do that too, but not to get there. We decided we're gonna eat food beforehand on all podcasts now because then we probably won't talk about it as much.
Yes, as much. We're still going to.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a given, and
It
that's
is.
part of
But
it.
back to catfishing. How is it? That's why, like you were saying, I don't get how it's so prolific nowadays still, because you have the internet at your hands. Look this person up. You
Yeah.
don't need Neve and whatever his fucking name is on
Yeah.
MTV to come in there and be like,
I mean,
Saunders a 250 fucking
As
white
soon
guy
as-
balding.
I mean, my thing is though, as soon as you find more than one Facebook profile, all right, you're done.
Yeah,
You're
just
probably fake. You know what I
look
mean?
in Google. The thing with Google nowadays, you can plug a picture into that bitch and be set.
Yeah. I mean, it'll pop right up. Did it the other day.
Did
Needed
you?
a $300 breaker.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Great time.
that's tough.
Wasn't even a breaker. It was like a little transformer.
Oh, that's an expensive ass breaker.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah, I just don't understand it. The internet is not that hard to use.
No. Well,
Not
it
at
gets
all.
old people, man.
Oh yeah, all the time still. That's
It's
what
like
I'm saying.
they're just now figuring out porn. I remember being like fucking 9, 10 years old. I had a flip phone, dude.
Yeah.
Had a flip phone. I would download porn because you could like get on some like fucking internet. You know, download porn megabit by megabit. And my mom would be like, "Why are all your minutes gone?" I was like, "I just been texting with the boys too much."
I mean, my thing is, I don't watch porn anymore. I really don't.
Oh, at all?
No, I really don't.
Wow.
And
Me neither.
no, I'm serious. I really don't. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I just don't have the energy to beat off. I mean, I'm either
Yeah.
getting pussy or I'm not. That's
all there is to it.
that's life, boys.
I'm going to bed.
Be a fucking man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either get pussy or don't. Quit being a bitch. I'll say that right to the camera. Quit being a bitch.
Quit being a bitch.
Quit beating off. It's bad for you.
It is bad for you. Really, it is.
Bad for your health. Unrealistic goals.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. I remember like hearing that when I was younger. Like they'd show you those videos
It's
in
just
school.
the angles for the camera.
Yeah. I mean, like, because really, we don't look this bad in person. This is just the angle.
No, I look terrible in person. I'm just telling you, when you spread a butt cheek out and hit it from the side, that doesn't do nothing. That's just for camera purposes.
Exactly.
Bert
No one's doing
Kreischer
that.
Had that joke. Which is true. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is true. No, you try and throw all these people in these positions, and then it's like, ow, you're hurting my neck. My leg doesn't bend that way. And then you just get frustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives you unrealistic expectations on what you can do to people as well. Not many women like being slapped and spat on.
Especially if you don't ask them first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go through. You got to set a safe word. You know, it's like that Facebook post I saw the other day. And when I say the other day, for the listeners and
That's
for
like
you,
7.5 years ago.
it could be any time in between when I was born and today.
Yeah.
You know, the other day when
Yeah.
I say this. And my buddy always makes fun of me for that. He's like, this could have been when he was 7.
It may
Just
not
keep
even
that in mind.
happen.
It could have not even happened.
Yeah, just
You know?
the other day.
But it's like they say 50 Shades of Grey was only hot because he's rich. If he was poor and it was in a trailer
It's
park,
abuse.
it'd be a Criminal Minds episode.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? It's all about setting.
Yeah.
It's all about preference. You got to have a safe word.
It's all about perspective.
It's like I told you, and I know people listening have heard this, but I bought a bondage kit, and it came in the mail, and I opened it up in the kitchen, and the wife said, "Well, who are you going to use that for?" I was like, "Well, I was hoping you." And she goes, "No, sorry.
Should have asked first.
Should have asked first."
Yeah, because now
Now here I am, ball gagged and tied up in the bedroom by myself.
fucking waiting on somebody to show up.
Exactly. I've ordered fucking Postmates 4 times. The guy won't come in the house.
He just gets scared every time he hears me muffled yelling.
He's like, Postmates. Postmates. I'm like, hello. Hello. Yeah.
Do we have Postmates around here?
Not out of here. Fuck.
No, not in
no.
Indiana, right?
Oh, yeah, there's Postmates in
Is
Indiana.
there really?
Yeah, if you're in Indianapolis, you
Oh,
can
okay.
Postmate, I imagine.
I just didn't know. Like DoorDash.
I'm a
Grubhub
DoorDash
and
kinda
stuff.
guy.
Yeah, I think that's like
I mean,
all you guys-
Postmates was like real 2010-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still prevalent.
Is DoorDash all you guys get out here? No, you guys got Grubhub?
We don't get any of that shit out here, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Damn, that's terrible.
Nobody wants to deliver out here.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, you fucking make one wrong turn, and
You're getting butt raped by a guy named Bubba.
that is a high possibility.
It is. It's a very high
Yeah.
possibility.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't have a reading level above first grade.
Exactly. Just throw him a Junie B. Jones. He'll be confused for an hour, and you can get out of there scot-free.
Yeah, and I mean, and who doesn't carry a Junie B. Jones with him?
Yeah.
I mean,
talking about-
first collection right here.
You like
My
Junie B.
pocket.
Jones? you a big JBB
Taught
fan?
me how to read.
Oh, yeah?
Old Judy.
I was never good on books.
No?
No.
No,
I
I
think the
wasn't
only
either.
book I've ever read cover to cover, there's 2 of them. The Bible, and that's 'cause I got in trouble for buying weed when I was 14.
That's good.
Did I ever tell you that story?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I tried to buy weed. For anybody that doesn't know, I tried to buy weed when I was 14. My sister, the narc, which is just ironic if you know her, she ratted on me for trying to buy weed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when she was young, she smoked pot. I don't know
Sure.
how I'm the asshole in this situation. But I'm 14. I try to buy weed. I set my phone down, and she picks up my phone and sees that I'm trying to buy weed. From one of my good friends, which he's in prison now. You
Great
know.
friend.
Yeah, well, he's a good guy. Makes some bad choices. Either way, I was trying to buy weed from him back in the day. My sister found out about it, told my parents about it, some bullshit, and I had to paraphrase the whole Bible. I don't know if you knew that. When I was 14, I read the whole Bible
Yeah.
and had to.
Summarize each one.
Yeah, you know what paraphrase means.
Yeah.
Our listeners' reading level is probably not that great.
Right.
I had to explain it to them.
Right.
So I had to paraphrase the whole Bible, and that's insane. I don't remember any of it. You know, I mean, I don't remember any of it. I remember the idea of it. You
Yeah.
know, the roundabout. But it's like, come on.
Yeah.
But now you can just go to any state around us and buy marijuana. Can we talk about marijuana in the state of Indiana being a fucking cuck for it?
Yeah, it's fraud.
Yeah.
It should be legal.
Should be legal. I think all drugs should be decriminalized.
I don't. I think all man-made drugs should be criminalized, and I think all like herbal drugs, like marijuana, like you want to.
You gotta think marijuana's not even as herbal as it used to be. It's so engineered now. You
right,
know?
but I mean, like even then, if you grow it from a seed now the fucking ground, okay, you don't make. You have to. It's like
Mushrooms?
the opium plant, right? Mushrooms. It's
Should
like
it
the
be
opium
legal?
plant. Should be 100% legal.
I
When
like
you
where you're
start
going with
fucking
this.
with it
Yeah.
and adding other chemicals to it to make it cocaine,
Yeah.
crack, all
See,
that.
that's
other
all weed
stuff.
is now. Weed's just a GMO because it's like the apple. It's like people that hate GMOs. I'm a big agriculture guy.
Right.
People that hate GMOs are just stupid. It's the same stupidity that makes them put gluten free on a bottle of fucking water.
Yeah.
No shit. There's
Yeah.
this gets me fired up.
Yeah.
No fucking shit. There's no gluten in water. It's a
It's
byproduct
water.
of wheat. You fucking idiots.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, GMOs. Without GMOs, we wouldn't have food the size we have it now. Apples would be the size of a fucking
It's a
golf
bottle
ball.
cap, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. I have an apple tree that's non-genetically modified in my backyard. Those motherfuckers, you can hold 4 of them in your hand.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have little hands.
Yeah, well, that's like
I wear a
corn.
medium-sized
Corn
glove.
used to be literally the size of your vape.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what corn was.
Exactly.
In the 1900s.
You want to know something fucking crazy? And I don't know. You might have to Google this for me real quick. It's broccoli or cauliflower. One of them is a genetically modified version of itself. One of them, I know, so it must be cauliflower. Cauliflower does not grow anywhere.
At all.
You're not going to
Wow.
find it. I
Yeah.
think we talked about it. I think me
Yeah,
and you are the ones
yeah,
that figured
yeah.
this out. You're not going to find it fucking anywhere.
Yeah, it's like
So it's like,
there is like a wild broccoli. It doesn't look anything like what you buy
No.
at the store. It
tomatoes,
literally looks-
everything.
Yeah, it looks like a weed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But like marijuana, you're going to get that. You can find that in the jungle.
Yeah.
The only difference between marijuana growing out in the woods and marijuana that I buy in Michigan or Illinois or
Yeah.
Missouri or 27 different fucking states in this beautiful
Right.
country that
We're
I love
over
so
half
much.
now.
Well
Yeah.
over half. You know,
Yeah.
I need them to do what they did for marijuana, what they did for gay marriage. When it became over half, they legalized it, which gay
Yeah,
marriage
well,
should never
what's-
been
well, what
illegal.
The problem is it's
you
not
know.
27 recreational. It's 27 all that are mixed. So there's some that are recreational and some that are. I don't even think is
Medicinal.
it 27. Are you sure it's 27?
I don't know. Let me Google that real quick.
Yeah, it's like medicinal and recreational both. So like, I think there's only like 16 states that it's fully recreational in. I want to say 13 to 16. I want to say is right. We'll find out here in a second. But I mean, I don't know. We could-
Recreational is legal in 24 states.
okay, how much is medicinal? Obviously, if it's legal recreational, it's legal medicinal. You know,
I think it's legal in Indiana in a medicinal form, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I know it's like at point it's like decriminalized. to
So
an extent.
24 recreational, another 17 have legalized it for solely medical purposes.
So there's 34 states that have somehow or another
34
made
out
it
of 50.
made it legal.
Yes,
Yes, in some way, shape.
that was some
or
quick
form.
math. I'm proud of
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I'm not retarded.
You know,
so,
it's like,
sorry.
but like you said, anything that is God given, you know, and it
I
says
mean,
this, and
I
you'll
mean,
find this
yeah,
reading the Bible.
Yeah, yeah.
It says in the Bible, anything comes
I have
barren from
given
the
you-
earth.
I have given you my
Yeah.
child.
Yeah,
yeah,
anything that is born from the earth
yeah, I give
is
as
to be
fruit
consumed and used
by man.
freely.
Yeah,
Exactly. So mushrooms, you're in. LSD, you're out.
right.
Cocaine,
You're out.
Out.
If you want to chew on an opium leaf, chew on it.
you can. Did you know, just a little side tangent here, koalas are only so awesome because what they do, and they only come down to eat, and why they sleep so long is because their main source of nutrition is opiate leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Thought it was
just
like
sitting.
eucalyptus and shit.
Maybe it is.
Yeah,
I might be wrong. But either way, they get they're tripping their fucking shit out
Yeah.
just sitting up in a tree. That's why they're the coolest fucking animals
Yeah,
ever. But they'll
yeah.
kill you.
yeah, they will. That's
But
why
like you
they're not
said,
cool.
Back to the first one. Yes, I believe that anything made by the earth, I believe that anything that comes from the earth should be legal. I believe that every drug should be decriminalized. because-
if you can put it in the ground and it grows, okay. But if you have to put it in, it's like tomatoes and vegetables and all that stuff. Even like animals, you know, you can buy one animal
Yes.
You buy 2 animals, mix them together, you get a third one. You can keep doing that, and then eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, until it becomes a little fucked up.
Right.
Because it happens
Yeah,
eventually.
Right. But yeah, hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Speaking,
You know, that's how donkeys are made.
Right.
But
Right. No, donkeys are made.
mules, my bad.
Right.
Mules are made from a donkey and a horse, right? Am I getting that fucked up?
Yeah, they can't rebirth.
Yes,
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing the same thing with GMOs too for corn. So there is different companies. I'm not calling these guys. It's not a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. So you have companies like Bex and Corteva that make corn and soybean seed.
Yeah.
They have it's literally in the DNA of the plant. You can grow from that seed, but you can't grow from the seed of that plant.
Yeah.
You know, it's just in its makeup. It won't perform. It won't do what it needs to do. It won't yield you what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why you have to change it up every now and again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't grow. So say Tom Smith grows fucking corn from Corteva in 2016. He can't, from that harvest in 2016, take the seed from that and plant it. 1, he'll get sued. 2, he won't have the yields he wants. Why fucking do it then?
Sure.
You know?
Did you learn all that from that farm simulator game?
I work at a lot of farming facilities. And I know a lot of farmers. That's just the people around here. I got a lot of buddies that are farmers. I got family, you know.
No, yeah, for sure. Well, that's the same reason why they do like corn and soybean fields different each year.
Yeah, you got to alternate and keep the soil
Yep.
replenished and
all
shit.
that good shit. Yep. I don't know. I just think when it comes back to like the whole drug thing, I mean, like it's like marijuana. And, you know, I'm not saying like it's bad or anything because, you know, I've smoked the oils and wax and all that type of stuff too. But like it makes sense to me that that is a harder drug than just smoking the bud.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
yeah.
because it's a higher, you know what I mean? To get you're intervening with it more than what you should be.
Yeah.
At that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And well, the thing, and that's, but the only difference between that and making cocaine is the only thing you're doing, and it's the same way they make unleaded fuel.
Yeah.
You're taking diesel, you're breaking it down.
Yep.
When you take a head of marijuana, you know, and you compress it down, you get your hash oil, you get whatever you need.
Right.
You know, that's how you get your, you get your shake, you get all this shit. That's different than making LSD.
Right.
LSD is chemicals.
Right. Or heroin.
Or heroin is chemicals.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're not chemically changing that plant. The only thing you're doing is breaking that plant down and deriving from it to its utmost possibility, which is fucking wild. You think the most marijuana leaf contains about 22 to 35% THC, and when you break it down, I know a lot about marijuana. When you break it down, then you get your oil and you get your all that shit.
So here's what I think, okay? Because there's different ways to make like wax and concentrates and all that
Yes, there
stuff,
is when you shake the ethanol in it.
Right. So
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about. So that's what I'm sitting here saying, right? So
Yeah.
you cannot make cocaine without cutting it, that leaf, with some type of
Gasoline,
chemical.
usually.
Right, with a chemical, right?
Yeah.
Marijuana oil you can make without any chemicals, but there is a way to do it with butane and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But if you have a hot enough heat press, you can heat press the wax and the cannabinoids and everything out of marijuana, which then has not been tampered with. That is a natural byproduct of that product. You have it.
It's just faster and easier to do it with butane.
Right. But again, that's a chemically mutated drug now, correct? We can agree to that?
Chemically extracted, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it was done naturally, if there was a way for you to get cocaine out of the opium leaf without using any type of chemical, of fuel or anything like that, you could just heat it up and it comes out pure cocaine.
Yeah.
Then I would argue with that's okay to do.
Yeah. George Jung. You ever seen the movie Blow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's
he's dead now. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you know, you cannot make a natural heroin byproduct. You can't make a natural fentanyl product. You can make a natural marijuana product. You can make a natural opium product.
Yeah.
If you want, look at Coca-Cola.
Exactly.
I mean, like, they extract the good stuff out of the coca leaf, not the bad.
Exactly. It can be done.
Right.
You know?
Right. So again, That's what I believe. Because again, you can make certain oils out of heat friction.
Yeah,
You start getting beyond that, it starts getting a little crazy.
it does. It does.
But
get a little-
again, I consume those products, so I'm not going to sit here and say that you should get rid of them. But
Yeah.
that's just my thought process on them.
and you got to think too. And I'm not saying there's instances where it hasn't, but if you look per statistic or per life experience, in my case, I would much rather have, or let's just say this, anybody would be much rather lucky to be raised by a pothead than a drunk,
Oh, yeah.
or raised by a pothead instead of a heroin addict,
Yeah.
or raised by a pothead instead of an opiate addict,
Yeah.
and so on, addict versus addict versus addict.
Yeah.
An addict is an addict. They're not going to make great choices either
Right.
way. You know what I mean? But there are sensible people like
Sure.
you or me when I used to smoke pot. And, I was still a great dad when I smoked pot.
Yeah.
Did I do it after my son went to bed? Yes.
It doesn't
Did
matter.
I? It doesn't matter when you do it. It's about
Right.
the person that is
Right.
consuming
And I mean,
it.
that's the same thing with drinking. I mean, if you drink in moderation, then it's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're getting drunk every night
Yeah.
and your child is seeing that and mimicking that,
Yeah.
then that probably is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, again, I've never, held my kid and smoked, but I have held my kid and drank a beer. You
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
So like that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, which one's worse? Right?
Yeah. It's
I've
all
seen
it's all about the
people-
law of extremes.
And this is what else I also think. I mean, we all are, we're in the 21st century. We're in 2024. Everybody agrees.
yeah.
Smoking cigarettes is bad for you.
People still do it.
How many people sit there and hold their kids and smoke a cigarette at the same time?
Mm-hmm. And don't think twice about
Don't
it.
think even a thing about it. Don't even think once about it.
Well, you bring it down to the base of it. Caffeine's a drug. Caffeine.
Well, not even necessarily like, I'm not even talking like hard drugs. I'm talking shit that's proven to kill you and hurt you.
Yeah.
Alcohol is proven to hurt you in the long run.
That's the
If you
problem.
get addicted to it.
They had-
Cigarettes are proven to kill you in the long run.
They had to make a law. It came out. I remember we were probably in middle school or elementary school when it came out. I think it was 2009 is when this law came into action, that you weren't allowed to smoke inside of a vehicle, window cracked or
Yeah,
not,
with
with
kids.
anybody under the
Yeah.
age of 18 in there.
Mm-hmm.
They had to make that a fucking law, and I know they did. I know they had to make it a law. And I remember there being tons of jokes about it. It's like, man, I wish they wouldn't have made this law because these kids look cold outside. I remember seeing that on Facebook.
100%, yeah.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
So it was early 2000s,
Yeah.
mid 2010s when this law
Yeah.
was really enforced.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy to me is you can say that you don't like. I know this became the advocates for marijuana use show, but this time, but it's like you can say I don't like this drug for this reason. I don't like this for this reason. It's all about experience. It's all about individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everything can be used in
I'll drink
moderation.
on just prime example. I'll drink. So I probably had 4 beers tonight. I'm probably not gonna have another one after this because I gotta go to work in the morning.
Sure.
That's the difference between me as a person. Now, if you take my dad as an example, my dad wouldn't have stopped at 4 beers. My dad would have had. My dogs are going for it. I don't know if you guys can hear this.
Getting after each other.
They are. It's probably a rabbit too. We got tons of rabbits out there. But say you take somebody like that wouldn't. He'd drink 15,
Sure.
and then he'd have me drive him to the liquor store to get more beer.
Okay.
It's all about the individual, and he's not that way anymore. Just
Right.
he was when I was growing up.
Right.
He's clean and sober. Fantastic. Kudos to him.
Right.
People do get sober, but it's all about the individual. It's all about who you are and what you cannot do to extremes. Like we were
Yeah.
talking earlier, you have different acts of habitualness. You know what I mean? Like I quit smoking weed and I got really hooked on going to the gym, and that's all I do now. It's my whole personality.
Sure.
It's all about what you're into. It's all character trait related.
I don't even think you're fucking deep diving into this shit. My nose has been itching this entire fucking podcast. I apologize to everybody. I've been sniffling. I do that like this room. You got an issue in this room. That's what it is.
I did spray some Febreze. Is that fucking with you?
I don't know. It's been like
This table smells like old barn, so I
Probably
sprayed
that.
Febreze in here earlier.
probably that. You wipe it off. You dust in here. God
yeah,
damn.
I dusted.
But anywho, I just think when it comes to like, everybody has a crutch, and even if you don't, like if you get lost in your religion, you get lost in your work, you get lost in your gym, you get lost in eating, you get lost in something along the way that, whether it's good or bad for you. And I think when, like you're saying, you're measuring out all the vices that, are legal and not legal, it is silly that marijuana is one that is illegal.
Yes. I think that's what we were trying to aim for at the beginning of this.
And I think that's the main, main issue there. I mean, you can get addicted to a lot of things, and I mean, I'll be the first one to let everybody know I'm probably a marijuana addict. I mean, I'll tell you that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I have troubles getting, troubles coming clean off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I start to get real mean and angry, and
we're all the same way. People get that way with different things. Like I'm
like,
addicted to nicotine and caffeine.
Right. That's
me.
what I was about to say. But if I were to take away your coffee, like you were saying, you'd be the same exact
Bro,
way.
I'm a fiend. Ask my foreman, dude.
Right,
Literally any day of the week, I'm running late for work. Shit, not now that I got coffee in the fridge out there.
Right.
But any day I'm running late to work and I don't have coffee out in my fridge, I can just take a can with me.
Yeah.
Shout out Black Rifle.
Well, it's like so normal.
I get there and I'm like, hey, bro, are we jumping on this right away? Or can I run down the road real quick, grab myself a coffee?
It's so normal for somebody like, you get to work, like, because I 100% know you can close your eyes and visualize this because everybody's came across this situation at work, right? So close your eyes. Mm-hmm. You get out of your car, you look down.
Don't close your eyes if you're driving.
Yeah, leave them open. But you're about 3 or 4 cars down. You get up, you get out, and you see one of your coworkers there sitting by the back of their car, smoking a cigarette, coffee in hand, and you walk over to them and they go, "Oh, don't even get me started. It's been a morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet.
Bro.
Haven't even had my cigarette." Now, what's the difference between that and you maybe walking up to me and going, and this is the same thing, and this is what alcoholics can argue too, right? Mm-hmm. What's different than that than you walking up to me and go, "Man, I didn't have my morning bowl this morning. I'm a little off."
Yeah.
But again, you can use that argument with everything.
Bro.
I didn't have my morning shot this morning. I'm a little off.
Yeah. And there's people that can't function without certain things.
Right.
Like one of those people, and
you know what I say? Not to cut you off.
No,
I'm sorry for doing this.
We do this to each other
4 or 5 times. But
sometimes I power through.
You know what I really think?
Yeah.
Realistically, is I don't, and it can be a bad attitude, but it's not necessarily that I look at it that way. But I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
In the morning that gets you by. The world is a rough place. It's a hard thing to live in, no matter what you go through. And that's a thing to remember. Everybody lives a different life. You don't live the same life as me. We don't see things through the same eyes.
No.
And that's hard for people to grasp.
Yeah.
Be a nice person. Be a genuine person. Mm-hmm. Be truthful and all that good jazz. And you will get, in due time, what's right for you.
Exactly.
Whether you drink, whether you smoke, whether you fucking beat people, whether you cuss like I do, whatever it is.
Yeah.
True colors show, and you will get just in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I had this said to me.
If you have a crutch, it is what it is.
Somebody told me one time, and it was some old head that I was working with. I can't remember when it was or what his name was. But I remember you've had a day where it's just not your day.
It's been my last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're fucking on edge. Anybody, and despite me being on edge from the steroids, but anybody says anything to you, you're just like, I will fucking rip your head off, You're just not. So this day was one of those days, and I was probably 20-something, I was 21, 22, might have been, this is my earlier 20s, and I was just having a shit day. Everything I had something to complain about. Just a day where it was beautiful and sunny.
Yeah.
But I was in a cloud.
Yeah.
And I was just bitching, and I knew this guy pretty well. He's a family friend. I do remember exactly who it is. I'm not going to say his name.
Right.
But still a good family friend. We go to church together now. He told me, he goes, this is about halfway through the day. I mean, if anything could have gone wrong, it did.
Right.
I drilled the hole in the wrong place, pulled wire, and the head came off. Something happened, and he pulls me aside. He goes, hey.
It's all good.
He goes, and not to get too religious or nothing, he goes, I'm praying for you. He goes, I see you've been having a rough time here lately. And he goes, I don't know if it's in your head or if it's your situation. He goes, I'll let you know something. We're all on the same level.
Sure.
He goes, none of us are having the best day. He goes, but one thing we can do is we can work towards a better day together.
Sure.
He goes, you just keep your head in it. And he goes, no matter how, and this is the part that got me, and I'm not going to tear up, but this is the most beautiful thing anybody said to me. He goes, no matter how dark your day looks, the sun is going to be up tomorrow.
We'll rise again.
Yeah, the sun is going to be up tomorrow for all of us.
Right.
Yeah, like the South. Come on.
Fuck, you took it that way, God.
Alabama. No, but he goes, the sun is going to rise again. And he goes, you got another day to make as many mistakes as you need to.
Sure.
So don't hold this against yourself.
Right.
Just move on. And I was like,
Yeah.
So anytime I'm beating myself down, I just sit there and I think, I'm like,
Could be worse.
well, you know what? I'm going to close my eyes tonight. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. And I'm going to give it my best. And that's all you can do.
The
Is
simulation's going to reset.
the simulation's going to reset. Somebody else is going to grab their PS4 controller in another universe, and they're going to say, how can I butt fuck his day anymore?
And they're going to do it.
They are.
Yeah.
Dude, if life was GTA, I'm that hooker that gets hit by a fucking Grand Prix.
Yeah, 100%.
Every
life.
Tuesday.
It's
You been
life.
having rough weeks, man?
Yeah, just with the heat and everything, with work and
Oh
everything.
my
just
God.
nothing goes your way. Not to speak on my work, but I will
Yeah.
say it was 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Get to work, and a ceiling is dripping water. And anytime a ceiling is dripping water, it's never a good time. So
No.
that just explains to you how one of my days went.
I was working outside.
Watching, got up, again, is what it is, got up in the attic to look at this leak, literally looking at the pipe that's leaking, and watched it go and just separate, full on, water completely still on, because, we had to find the leak.
Yeah, well, found it. Yeah.
Picked it up, and was just literally nothing, 3/4 inch water line just going, man, full pressure.
Plastic, metal.
PEX.
Yeah, oh, shit.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Soaking wet. It was a great time.
I guarantee it.
But it's been, and then ever since then, it's just been like boom, at work every day.
Just shit down.
Yeah,
Bro,
but not enough to make you quit or anything. It's just
No.
one of those things you were saying, like, come on, man, one day where we could take a break. Come on,
Yeah.
take it easy here.
Dude, I was on a fucking roll. It was just Wednesday. Wednesdays when my week was it was the peak of my pure shit show.
Yeah,
And it wasn't a shit show. Work was good.
Yeah.
Besides the humidity and the heat this week,
yeah,
work's been fine. We're getting
Yeah.
shit done. It's going smoothly, But Wednesday, I just showed up to work. I drank my. It's like I'm gonna call it a protein shake. It's
Right.
anabolic, whatever the fuck it is.
sure.
Either way, I drank my fucking muscle juice. I drink my coffee. The day's going all right. I'm kind of just in a mood where the fuse is lit. I'm just ready to blow. And
Yeah.
You woke up and just been like ready to fucking hit somebody for no reason.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was Wednesday for me. I was just ready to. I was waiting for somebody to say something fucking wrong to me.
Right.
So we're installing a skid, and when I say a skid, it's got a 480 panel on one side, a transformer in the middle, and a 120 panel on the other side. So what we've already done, we've already pulled the big ass wire across this facility, and we're piping the wire into this panel.
Sure.
So, I'm running point on this fucking project, on this point of the project. I was put in charge of this task.
Right on.
And so it's like, and we've done 19 of these motherfuckers already. So this is Wednesday. This is number 22 over the last 6 months that I'm fucking doing. That I've done this time and time before.
Sure.
I drilled the hole in the wrong side of the fucking panel. Well, not a problem. Put a fucking KO filler in it. Go to the other side of the panel. Punch the hole. Okay. One thing. So right here, we're touching yellow. We're touching yellow, bro. So we punch the hole, and then I get the punch set, which is it punches a bigger hole,
Yeah.
So I grabbed the wrong fucking punch, dude. I punched a 3.5-inch hole in the side of this fucking panel, and it was supposed to be a 3-inch. And that matters when the only thing you have in the middle of a cornfield in Morristown, Indiana, is a 3-inch fucking fitting. So here I am losing my goddamn mind. I was like, motherfucker, you think I was a goddamn first year? I'm so fucking,
Right.
I'm beating myself. If I wasn't already down, I was pushing myself underground,
Sure.
And my foreman, he goes, hey, man.
It's called good.
He goes, we got these covers over here. He goes, we'll punch a hole in these, put one on each side. He goes, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
And I go, I can't believe I fucking did it. He goes, hey.
Chill out, man.
He goes, it just ain't your day, brother. So he goes, have a seat over there for a second. So I
Yeah.
go sit down, fucking, He goes, hit the pillow the wrong way last night? I said, I fucking guess. He
Yeah.
goes, don't beat yourself up. And I'll let you know. It's just, all it takes is that one person to give you that little more pick-me-up. Because after that, I didn't make another mistake. But that was my blowing point. I was in a job site full of a couple hundred people losing my goddamn fucking mind over a hole I punched the wrong way.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, man. And sometimes
One of those ego things, really. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
this
just
is
I
the-
looked stupid,
Yeah.
and I didn't like that.
it's hard getting
And
embarrassed.
I handled it like a toddler.
Yeah, it's
You know,
hard.
I
Yeah,
did.
it's no fun when like you get shown up. Not necessarily shown
Yeah.
up, but like you get like, there's no other way to do it, and then you're like, no, it's this easy, man. We just do this, like kind of like you were saying, like
Yeah.
I can't believe I fucked up. I did this, so, and then somebody just comes along and is like, hey,
In
it's
front of
easy to fix, man.
5 of your peers. Like
Yeah.
we had a crew come over from another job site that were helping us out for the day because they were kind of like a standstill point. So I had
Sure.
more of my peers standing there watching me fuck up. So I was just like,
Yeah,
I mean,
It's
you know,
no fun.
you think you're at this certain level, and then it's like days like Wednesday. It's always a fucking Wednesday that just takes you and puts your dick in the dirt and shows you, hey, I fuck up too.
yeah. I think it's fun to be humbled sometimes. I think it's very fun. I think
It is.
one of my favorite things is when you think you're going to get not one of my favorite things. Obviously, it's one of those very annoying, I hate it when this happens.
Yeah.
But like reflecting and looking on things, like it's always fun. It's always fun to look back and go, damn, man, I can't believe that whooped my ass. It's funny that you're erasing that because that's what I was reading, and I was like, ha, what do you know? That's comical. But anywho, like I always like looking back and go, damn, that thing really whooped me, and I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's fun to like be humble. Like it's an easy thing to fuck up,
Yeah.
and you know but it's so hard at the same time.
Yeah, it's definitely
Like punching the wrong hole. It's an easy thing to
it's a
fuck
freshman
up.
mistake, and you're a junior, and you're
Right,
like, come on.
Right, right. You do it all the time, but it's one of those things. You just grab the wrong tool, bam, not even paying attention. Fuck, it's easy fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also one of those things you've done it a million times, so why beat yourself up over it? Just fix the
Yeah.
mistake and go on.
Yeah, but
But it's hard to eat that humble pie.
I had that judgment, like, because when we noticed that I punched the wrong size hole in that situation, it was a kid that I've been working with since he started in the trade. We worked at a separate company together, and we both came to where we're at now.
Sure.
So I taught this guy what he was doing. I used to be his boss.
Sure.
You know, we're working together, and then he's like, hey, this isn't the right size hole. And I was like, yeah, fucking right. You know,
Right.
I was like, don't. I was in that mood.
Right.
I was like, yeah, fucking right. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, put the fucking fitting in there. And he goes and pushed the fitting all the way through the panel. I was like,
Yeah. I've had plenty of those days.
ah.
Yeah.
It feels like you said. It does feel good. In that moment, it doesn't feel good to be
Yeah.
humbled. But when you look back on it, you're like,
Learned something new or did it
Yeah.
differently. Yeah. Life is weird, man. Throws you all
it
kinds
is.
of curveballs.
And it's like we were talking earlier. It's like, and it comes back to being a parent as well. No one is perfect, you know, and that's one thing we can take away from this whole part of the conversation.
That's what we're gonna take away from this. Okay.
No, yeah, no.
I was gonna
No one
summarize
is
it
perfect.
Completely different.
No, yeah. Don't be a dickhead and don't take steroids. You'll have an anger problem.
All right, different summary than I was gonna give again. But go ahead.
Like you said, looking through different glasses here, brother. But it's like being a parent. It's like the other day. So my mom used to do this thing when I was a kid. So my mom didn't spank us much growing up.
Okay.
My dad did. Yeah, he's real pro with the left hand. He's
Sure.
basically Barry fucking Bonds when it came to
he
beating
told me he
ass.
broke your nose. Yeah.
That's because I jumped out at him. Don't jump. Little sidebar here. Chris was here last week for this a couple weeks ago for that conversation on last season's
Soldiers
episode.
with PTSD do
Yeah.
not like even little kids jumping around corners at them.
No,
It's crazy.
yeah. If you jump out at a war veteran with PTSD, he will break your fucking nose, whether he's your
Yeah.
dad or not.
Yep. Don't care.
He'll laugh about this. He told you. Were you out there when he told that story at the barbecue? the
Yeah,
other day?
100%. And he was like, I told him to quit doing it, and he fucking did it again. And I mean, he jumped right into it.
He did. He'll tell you, I did. I broke his fucking nose. I
Yeah.
told him to quit doing it. I jumped him many times, and he's missed me.
Yeah,
But that time, he just
fucking connected.
like a McGregor and broke
Yeah.
my fucking nose, bro.
Yeah, slept you.
But it's like parenting's not the easiest thing ever, you know. And it's like, so my mom never spanked as much as kids, but like when she get fed up, she'd like yell a little bit. She's like, God, just
So
go to
she
your
starts
room.
hitting you with the tornado punches.
Yeah,
Bam, bam, bam,
throwing
you know.
sandals and shit.
Yeah.
She'd yell, And the other day, Clay was doing something, and I told him to stop, and he didn't stop. So then I hollered, and I just, got on him a little more, and then he runs off crying, and the wife's like, "Hey, that was just a little
Sure.
much." So another one of those humbling situations where I had to go back, and I was like, "Hey, wasn't cool, bro. I'm sorry." It's just
Right.
kind of like, it's like you take away, and you're just like, "Hey,
Just a kid.
could have done it a little differently."
Right.
He doesn't understand,
Yeah. No, trust. 100%. Same
Yeah.
situation last night. I had the same conversation with my wife.
Yeah, it's like,
Yelled at my kid and then was like, had to go apologize to a 2-year-old for being too hard on her.
yeah. It takes a little bit. You got to humble yourself. Life's full. That's one thing. This motherfucker's a deli, and life's full of humble pies.
By golly.
I mean,
That's what delis sell, humble pie.
humble pie's a
My
meat pie, if you didn't know that.
Isn't that what
Yeah.
it is? It's a meat pie.
That's a
Right.
meat pie.
No, it's like a cold cut.
Get your cold cuts. Get your cold cuts. You remember that
Yeah, get your
commercials?
cold cut of humble pie. I think I'm going to summarize it as, amen, let's go get high and beat our kids.
Exactly.
That's what we're trying to get out of here. If the Lord won't beat them for you, who will?
Exactly. I
My
mean,
God.
you're getting into the Bible here. What was his name? The guy that had to. He didn't really do it, but he was gonna kill his son.
Jacob, right? No, it was it was Isaac. He was the one that was gonna.
Sacrifice his son.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Pretty sure.
Jacob became Israel.
right.
And
That's
that
where
was
I'm at right now.
Are you?
Yeah,
That's a good
so-
story.
So yeah. So
He
like,
fights with God.
yeah,
he fights an
yeah,
angel,
And then
but-
now I'm at the part where they just found out that Joseph is actually like the overseer of all of Egypt,
Oh,
and he just came out as like,
unless you know that changes.
yeah. I'm reading that right now.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
story.
Right.
But hell yeah, this has been another killer episode. This is season 3, episode 1, episode like 80 something overall.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Nice.
we're fucking
That's
killing it.
many
Viewership's
episodes.
going up. It's we appreciate everybody for listening. We got 4 viewers live right now.
Wow, 4 of you stuck around for this. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we started with 1.
One of these episodes, Jake's gonna pull his dick out. I don't know which one.
It is.
Maybe
I have,
episode 100.
I have the zoom on the camera. I will pull my penis out. You heard it now. Episode 100. Tune in. I'm gonna pull my dick out live.
We're gonna get canceled on 99.
No, this streams on Twitter, so we're safe.
Oh shit. we're
yeah,
gonna
this
get
is
a lot of
Elon's
viewers.
world, baby.
There we go.
Come on, well, X,
X,
streams
yeah.
on X. We've all done X. We've all been on X, but now we all just talk shit about Democrats on X.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. Check us out. We got some shows in the works, guys. We got some stuff coming up. Hopefully, we're gonna have some guests coming up in this next season of the podcast. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, we took off for Father's Day and everything, which was fun.
My
We didn't even
vacation,
talk about
Father's
that.
Day.
Yeah. Jake wants to take a vacation. We can stop doing podcasts. I want to do it. This motherfucker has to have people on. It's unfair.
You could have came here.
I'm
And done
just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's what it is.
I felt a grudge there. I
I'm
felt
just
there was
teasing.
something
I'm just
buried in
kidding.
there.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm a little upset about it, but we'll talk about it off camera.
we're gonna hold our next Fat Budz LLC board meeting in about 5 minutes, where Jared just continues to piece me up.
Yeah,
That's what's
I'm
going
not
on.
even on the board. I'm just the guy standing there going, "This board's a piece of shit.
You're a
Doesn't give me what I want."
He's 50% owner. Don't let him lie to you.
I don't know.
You're on the documents.
Right on.
Hey, tune in, stay sharp, and stay fat.
Yep. Well. Yep.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.